I scrubbed the floors of a mafia boss's mansion to escape my past, thinking it was the safest place for me and my little girl. I was wrong. The real danger wasn't the crime lord I worked for, it was the one I was married to. But what that boss did when my past showed up at his gate, I never knew a man like him could do that for someone like me.
Don't go anywhere.
This is a story of how the most feared man in the city became our only sanctuary. Hit subscribe right now because you won't want to miss a single twist. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. This story is for everyone who believes in second chances. The kitchen door slammed, a sound that used to make her flinch. But not here. Not anymore. Anna wiped her hands on her apron, the simple cloth a uniform of freedom. In the grand, cold mansion of Michael Varga, she found a strange peace. Here, she and her little girl Lily were safe. Her ex-husband's fists and cruel words were a locked-away memory. Michael Varga, the man who owned this house, was a storm cloud in a tailored suit, a powerful, feared man who barely saw the help. Anna kept her head down, grateful for the walls that protected them. She didn't know those same walls were about to turn into a trap of fire and smoke. Anna's morning started before dawn. In her small rented room, she watched Lily sleep, her heart aching with a fierce love. Her ex-husband had called Lily a burden. Anna called her her only reason to breathe. At the Varga estate, the scale of the wealth was dizzying. Marble floors, silent guards, and a pervasive chill. Michael Varga was a ghost in his own home, a sharp-eyed man with a stare that felt like winter. His young son, Leo, was a quiet shadow, often sitting alone with a tablet. Anna cleaned, noticing the absence of a woman's touch, the lack of photos, the hollow echo of the huge spaces. She felt a pang for the boy, recognizing the loneliness. One afternoon, she found Lily sharing her crayons with Leo in a sunroom. A guard moved to intervene, but Anna stood her ground. "They're just coloring," she said, her voice soft but firm. It was the first time she'd spoken without being spoken to in the house. From his office doorway, Michael watched, his expression unreadable. Days turned into a routine. Anna would leave a small, extra sandwich for Leo next to his expensive lunch. Lily would draw him pictures. The ice in the house began to thaw, just a little. Michael started noticing things. How Anna hummed while polishing the silver, how she always made sure Lily's laughter was contained, but never fully silenced. He saw the careful way she moved, the slight tremor in her hands if a door closed too hard, the silent tells of past pain. One evening, he came across her reading to both children in the library. The scene, so simple and warm, struck him deeply. His own wife had left years ago, when he was nothing, choosing a richer life over him and their son. Betrayal had forged him into the ruthless man he was. He dismissed Anna, his voice cold, but the image stayed with him. It started in the West Wing, an electrical fault, fast and hungry. Alarm screeched. Smoke choked the hallways. Guards rushed Michael and Leo out to the sweeping front driveway. Chaos erupted. Anna, clutching Lily outside, counted heads. Her blood went cold. "Where's Leo?" she yelled over the roar. A guard shrugged, panicked. Michael spun, his face white with a fear no one had ever seen. "He was right behind me." Before anyone could move, Anna shoved Lily into a guard's arms. "Hold her." She plunged back into the burning mansion, ignoring Michael's shout of "Stop." Inside was a nightmare. Heat lashed at her. Anna crawled, remembering the layout from her cleaning. She found Leo curled under a desk in the game room, terrified and coughing. Wrapping him in a damp curtain, she hauled him into her arms. Beams groaned. Plaster rained down. Every step was a battle, her lungs burning. She thought of Lily, of giving her a better story, a mother who was brave. She stumbled out the front doors as the windows above exploded, collapsing onto the gravel with Leo safe in her arms. Michael fell to his knees beside them, grabbing his son, his eyes wide as they swept over Anna, her soot-stained face, her singed hair, her raw, selfless courage. Everything changed. Michael, the cold boss, was gone. In his place was a man shaken to his core. He insisted Anna and Lily stay in the guest house on the estate, safe, while she recovered. He didn't just pay her, he saw her. He asked about the faint scar by her eyebrow. For the first time, she told a sliver of the truth. He listened, his jaw tight. He shared his own story in return, the poverty, the abandonment, the climb from nothing that hardened his soul. They were two survivors, their trust built one quiet conversation at a time. He started joining them for simple meals. He watched Anna with Lily, with Leo, and saw the mother his son had needed. A slow, respectful bond began to grow. Michael's world softened at the edges. He traded business meetings for puppet shows put on by the kids. Anna's strength, born from survival, began to steady his ruthless impulses. But the past wasn't done. Anna's ex-husband, a petty criminal, tracked her down. He came to the estate gates, shouting, demanding money, threatening to take Lily. The old Anna would have frozen. The new one stood straight. Before she could even speak, Michael was there. Not with violence, but with a terrifying, quiet authority. He looked the man dead in the eye and said, "You are a ghost to them now. Walk away and stay away." The man fled, crumbling under the sheer force of Michael's presence. Anna realized his protection wasn't a cage. It was the freedom she'd always fought for. The final threat came from Michael's world, a rival who thought his new happiness was a weakness. This man struck, trying to kidnap Leo and Lily from the park. Anna, using every sharp instinct her old life had forced into her, delayed them, fighting like a mama bear until Michael's men arrived. In the aftermath, holding their children, they understood. They weren't just a broken man and a battered woman. Together, they were complete. They were a fortress. The story ends not with a flashy wedding, but with a quiet moment. They are in the rebuilt mansion, now a home filled with light and children's laughter. Michael hands Anna a simple key. "It's ours," he says. "We built this." She takes it, not as a maid, but as a partner. They look out at their family, a family built not from blood alone, but from rescue, from choice, and from a love that walked through fire. The key was heavy in Anna's hand, not from its weight, but from its meaning. It unlocked every door in the main house. Michael didn't say more. He didn't need to. That night, for the first time, Anna didn't go to the guest house. She and Lily slept in a sun-drenched room in the main wing. Lily whispered, "Is this our home now, Mom?" Anna smoothed her hair. "Yes, baby, it is." The next morning, Anna didn't put on her apron. She made pancakes in the massive kitchen, and Michael and Leo joined them. The scene was ordinary, but for them, it was a miracle. A bodyguard entered, started to give a report, then stopped, awkward. Michael simply said, "Later. We're having breakfast." The guard's stunned look made Anna hide a smile. The fortress had a warm heart now. Peace felt fragile. Anna's ex-husband, Mark, was gone but not forgotten. SH had a recurring nightmare of his hands grabbing Lily. She'd wake up shaking. Michael found her one night in the kitchen, staring out the window. He didn't ask. He just made 2 cups of tea. Sitting beside her, he said, "The things that haunt us, they make us watchful. They don't make us weak." He told her then the full story of his wife's betrayal. Not just leaving, but taking money from a rival to set him up for a fall. He'd nearly died in prison because of it. "I trusted no one after that. Until you walked into a fire for my boy." Their scars, once secrets, were now shared armor. The new family faced its first test from the outside world. At school, a bully targeted Leo, calling him Mafia Prince and saying his new mom was just a maid. Leo, wanting to be tough like his father, got into a fight. He was suspended. Michael was furious, but not at the school, at himself. He was ready to pull Leo out, to shield him with walls again. Anna stepped in. She took Leo to the backyard. "You don't have to be your dad's kind of strong," she said. "My kind of strong is getting up every day, even when you're scared. It's loving people anyway." Leo, his lip busted, cried. She held him. Michael watched from the porch, learning a new definition of strength. Michael had to attend a high-stakes business dinner. These were performances of power and threat. He surprised everyone, including Anna, by asking her to go. "They need to see who I am now," he said. Anna was terrified. She owned no dresses, knew no etiquette. Michael simply said, "Be you. That's what I want them to see." He bought her a simple, elegant dress. At the dinner, powerful, dangerous men eyed her with curiosity and disdain. One made a veiled comment about upgrading. Before Michael could react, Anna smiled calmly and said, "I've already upgraded. From a man who used his hands to hurt to one who uses his to build." The table went silent. Michael placed his hand over hers. The message was sent. The real storm hit on a Tuesday. Mark, Anna's ex, had been digging. He'd found old photos of Michael from his early, violent days. He went to the police, filing for emergency custody of Lily, painting Anna as unfit for living with a known criminal. A social worker arrived at the estate. Anna's worst fear was at the door. Michael's lawyers were swift, but the process was cold and frightening. In a family court meeting, Mark sneered at Anna. Michael sat, a volcano of contained rage. Then Lily, small and fierce, spoke to the judge. "My old dad made my mom cry. My new dad makes her feel safe. Safe feels like love." The raw truth from a child changed the room. Mark's move was a bluff for money, but it forced Michael's hand. He couldn't use his old methods. Instead, he used his mind. He had his investigators legally uncover every crime Mark had ever committed: fraud, theft, assault. They presented a dossier to Mark's lawyer. The offer was clean: drop the custody case, sign away all parental rights, and receive a one-time sum to start a new life far away. Or face prison. Mark took the money. When Anna heard, she cried tears of pure relief. Michael held her. "It's over. He's a ghost. I promise." With the past truly buried, Michael wanted to build a future that was legitimate, a legacy for all of them. He showed Anna a portfolio of businesses, a chain of gourmet coffee shops, a security firm, several apartment buildings. "This is the empire I built from nothing," he said. "But it's stained. I want to build something clean with you. Something for them." He proposed using capital to start a foundation, shelters for women and children fleeing violence. Anna's eyes filled. She would run it. Her experience, his resources. It was their turning point, not just in love, but in purpose. Carlos, the rival who had tried the kidnapping, saw Michael's charitable move as ultimate weakness. He planned a direct hit, sabotaging the construction site of the first shelter. A fire was set, echoing the past. This time, Michael and Anna got the call together. They raced there, not as victim and protector, but as partners. Anna took charge, directing workers to safety spots she remembered from fire drills. Michael, with his men, cornered Carlos's arsonist. As the fire trucks arrived, Michael faced Carlos, who'd come to watch his victory. "You don't understand," Michael said, voice low. "Before, I fought for territory. Now, I protect what's sacred. That makes me more dangerous, not less." Carlos, seeing the unbreakable unit in front of him, retreated for good. The shelter was rebuilt, stronger. It opened with Anna cutting the ribbon, Lily and Leo by her side, Michael a proud shadow behind them. Their life found its rhythm. Anna managed the foundation. Michael slowly, legally, dismantled his old empire. They had family dinners. They helped with homework. They argued about silly things like movie choices. One night, tucking Lily in, her daughter said, "Mom, I don't jump at loud noises anymore." Anna kissed her forehead, her heart full. Downstairs, she found Michael teaching Leo how to play chess, explaining that the king is powerful, but the queen has all the moves. He looked up at Anna and smiled. It was a real, easy smile. The cold mansion was truly gone. In its place was a home. It happened on an ordinary evening. No fancy restaurant, no grand gesture. They were in the kitchen, cleaning up after a messy spaghetti dinner. Lily and Leo were in the living room, laughing at a cartoon. Michael dried a plate, his hands steady. He said, "Anna, I don't have a ring yet. I wasn't sure what you'd like." She paused, a wet bowl in her hands. He turned to her. But I know I want to wake up and see you for the rest of my life. I know I want us to be a family, officially, in every way the world understands. It wasn't a question, it was a statement of intent. Anna put the bowl down, her hands trembling, but not from fear.
From joy.
Yes, she said. 1,000 times yes. They married in the backyard of the estate. It was simple. Just them, the kids, a few trusted friends, and the social worker who had become an ally. Lily was the flower girl, Leo the ring bearer. Anna wore a pale blue dress, the color of a new morning. Michael wore a suit, but no tie. They wrote their own vows. Anna promised to be his safe harbor. Michael promised to be her unwavering wall. They exchanged plain gold bands. When the judge pronounced them husband and wife, Leo and Lily cheered louder than anyone. The family photo showed the four of them, not just touching, but holding on to each other. A complete unit.